Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Class 6. Today we will do a hadith, love for others. First we will see what the hadith is telling to us, then I will explain the hadith, what is told in it and what are the important points that are mentioned here. An Anas an Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam قال لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. Anas bin Malik reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, "None of you will truly believe until he likes for his Muslim brother that which he likes for himself." So what you have to do, you have to learn this hadith and also its translation. Now I will explain what is told in that hadith. This hadith is giving a very beautiful lesson that is actually the base of the religion of Islam. Islam is the religion of peace and love. And how can we spread love between ourselves, and how can we spread peace in the society? This is the rule, this is the principle that is given to us through that hadith, that we should like for others, we should love for others, which we like for ourselves. So Islam teaches us not to be selfish and greedy. Selfishness is not a quality of the believers. A selfish person are disliked by Allah Almighty. If a Muslim believes in Allah Almighty, he will love his Muslim brothers, and a true mu'min is he who loves his brother like himself. Now the question is that how can we love the others like ourselves? It means that this hadith is giving us a scale to judge our behavior, to judge our attitude to the others. What we are going to do with the others, first we have to measure that attitude, we have to measure that action with that scale, with the help of that scale. Suppose you are going to gift your class fellow or your any friend. First you will measure your gift with the scale that is given to you, that if your friend gives you the same gift, how would you feel at that moment? If you like this one for yourself, then it's okay, then you can give this gift to the friend. If you are going to behave with somebody, if you are going to cheat somebody, if you are going to backbite somebody, if you are behaving in any good way, first you will judge your behavior. First you will see that if the other person would talk about you in this way, what would be your feelings at the moment. If you are okay, if you are feeling good at the moment, then okay, you can go and you can proceed and you can do the same behavior with the other. If you are going to be harsh with somebody, suppose you are angry with someone and you want to express your anger, but first just stop for a moment and just feel that, just try to measure that behavior with that scale that is given to you through that hadith. If that person, he is angry or she is angry with you and she will behave in the same way that you are going to behave, so what would you feel at the moment? If you are feeling it's okay, it's good, so okay, you can go with that behavior. But if you feel embarrassment on that moment that that person is going to behave with you in the same way, so you should stop yourself at the moment. You should stop yourself, because Allah will not like you if you are behaving to the others that you don't like for yourself. So through that hadith, it's a scale that is given to us that we should behave to the other people in the same way as you are liking or you like the other people behave to you. So each Muslim in the society is one of the component part. If anyone is suffering, then the whole community will feel the suffering. So it's mean that all the Muslims are brothers and sisters of each other. If someone has pain, if someone has loss, if someone has troubles, so the other people should also feel that pains, also feel that suffering, and we should we should try to relieve that person at the moment. We should share his sufferings and his cares and his problems at the moment. In this way the society can be a good place to live in this way the society can be a peaceful place like Jannah, and every person will be happy in the society at the moment if you are behaving in this way. Here is given one example to us, that when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sahaba Ikram migrated to Medina, so this is the best example of brotherhood that was established by Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina, how he created brotherhood among Muhajirin and Ansar people, and how Ansar open-heartedly they welcomed their brothers who left their everything in Makkah and they are empty-handed there in Medina, and how they create an environment of the brotherhood, how the people feel happiness and how they forget about all their sadness that they have left everything in Makkah, and how the Medina became a peaceful environment, a peaceful society for all the people to live in. So if we also act upon on this hadith and we also act upon in this principle, then our society can also be a peaceful place to live in. We see that what are the problems in our society nowadays. Every person has worries, every person has tensions. There is no peace in our society, no peace even in our homes. So the problem is only that we are all have become selfish. If we become selfless, if we act upon that principle, if we follow the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so we will be happy, because when we give happiness to the others, it will return to you also. There are the rewards of doing the good deeds in the society. If you do good, you will get the good. In ahsantum li anfusikum. So always keep this in your mind and always try to do good with the others. And whenever you are going to do with somebody to something, you will first keep in your mind that it will return to yourself also. So if you are doing good, you will also get inshallah good. And if you solve the problem of somebody, inshallah Allah will solve your problem when you are in the problem. So you have to learn this hadith, and you have to memorize the translation also. Not only the learning, but also keep it in your heart, make it your principle, make it your rule to follow in your life. Best of luck.